Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday, April 27th. It's about 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I wanted to bring you a quick update, a little urgent, a little dire, a little grave, but wanted to, I don't have a lot of people checking out my videos and certainly not heeding my warnings, but I wanted to bring you out a little bit of an update. Once again, I've been on the lookout for snow, and we are keeping an eye on this pet goat. I have said, and I wanted to show you all, just to go into my Facebook page, because I have really been warning about the snow all month. And I wanted to just show you a couple of things that's happened in the last 24 hours to keep me on high alert. For one thing, very much on high alert because we now have snow falling in the country. Here is a news article regarding the matter. And as you can see here, it says a potent late April snowstorm is forecast to dump up to 9 inches of snow across a 1,200-mile stripe of Midwest and Great Lakes state over the weekend. This snow is already falling, ladies and gentlemen. And a couple of things that I find strange about it. If you can see right here, April 26th, updated at 10:35 p.m. They posted this last night because I've been keeping a very close eye on the weather, and it really seems to me that they are trying to sneak these storms in. Now, I just want to show you, going back to my Facebook page and kind of some of the things that I posted. And I apologize again for my technical. Now, I posted this yesterday, and let me just show you. This was a Instagram post by Beyonce. Now, of course, I am keeping a very close eye right now on these individuals who I believe would be in the know. And let me just click on the picture because you're looking at two pictures that I posted here. And this picture, this is what Beyonce posted yesterday. One day ago, she said, homecoming weekend with the gold star. And, there is no college homecomings this weekend. Homecomings are typically in the fall. And we also know that Beyonce is not a college graduate. So also she had the reference here of some type of trail and walking on this path, which, puts me into kind of our imagery that we have on the pet goat regarding her, what I believe is her character, as well as our character coming forward, our Antichrist who is rising. Now, as you can see, his skin color is bearing quite a resemblance to that color. And also we have, who I believe is Beyonce, in the pet goat itself, performing her satanic dance. Now, this is her. She had in addition to doing this specific dance back in 2015 when I initially called her out in the scene, she released her homecoming on April 17th, which I had previously mentioned. Something else I want to show you regarding my post. Let me go back some more. Now, this was another strange scene that happened. Let me just click on it. This happened on yesterday. And actually, let me just Google that. Because what happened is, flock of sheep invade family's backyard in California. So we had all these sheep. And not only did we have that, but what we had was, the article went viral. So let me just Google it for you all. Sheep invade, and I should have had this up already. California backyard. Sheep invade California backyard. And as you can see right here, you see it's all over the news. You see how many different um, television stations posted that. So I thought that was a little cryptic. Let me show you some other things that I have been posting. Okay, so again, keeping up with the weather. Now, as I continue to keep up with the weather, the first news that we had about any storm of any snow was April 24th. However, they actually did not post this until, I believe, later. I don't think it actually got posted on the 24th, if I could recall correctly, but that was the first I see. And again, as you can see on the AccuWeather, they reference New York, which again to me is a little cryptic. Now, I could of course be paranoid. We did have a snow warning. I mentioned that, but I have been saying that since around the 11th. Now, just want to show you all what I have been posting. Again, being alarmed regarding the Nipsey Hussle situation. Now, as I was posting on the finish line, which is related to the Nipsey Hussle, you see our checkerboard. That's a constant theme of anyone making a comment about Nipsey Hussle. All right. Now, for the G in this stands for Gnosis, Goddess Sophia. As you can see, the gargoyles that were present on the Notre Dame match what we have here. Halo teman-teman, selamat datang lagi di video aku hari ini. Aduh, suara aku habis guys, nggak bisa ngomong. Ini sudah 3 hari kemarin syuting. It was 85 degrees and I warned of snow back on the 18th. Pray that your flight be not in winter on the Sabbath. Today is the Sabbath and it's snowing. That's Matthew 24. Also Mark 13. Let me turn that off because our pet goat video finished. My apologies. Again, I apologize everybody, again, not being technical. Now here I made this prediction. I said flee all coastal cities for any hint of Easter weekend snow. That was back on the 17th. Nothing happened on Easter. I noticed that the sun and the moon was in the sky at the same time on that day. Now I'm trying to get back to the 11th. Okay, that's the Notre Dame falling, matching up with our pet goat. Now here on the 16th was when I kind of became alarmed regarding the entire Nipsey Hussle thing. He died on the 31st, so it took me through, around 18 days before I finally shook myself out of the phase. I discovered around on the 15th, it looks like the 16th, 6 shots, no blood at the scene. Beginning to think that this was a psyops. Now here is the map that the United States Library of Congress paid $10 million for this map, around which is related to the Revelation, which is related to Revelation 6 and 8. Now we had a storm that was around the 13th. I was also potentially looking for some snow on that time. As you can see, God will rise. It appeared to be the theme of the Nipsey Hussle situation. God will rise. Almost back to the 11th. How long will food and current water sustain you? There is no such thing as aliens. Let me remind you all again. Many undercover people like Al Sharpton working for the CIA and the FBI. I warned of a geostorm back on April 12th. Again, mainly because of Prince's song. It sometimes snows in April. Brought my attention to looking into April more critically. We did have a big storm that hit the middle of the country around the beginning of the month. I'm expecting a man-made storm to cause a lot of catastrophe. My beautiful niece Milan. Are you ready for the perfect storm, Katy Perry? Now, as you can see, I made this I posted this on the 11th of April because I was alarmed by the things that took place at the NCAA basketball game, which took place in Minnesota. And I'm almost to that screen. Now, I saw they were doing a lot of chemtrailing in my area on that day. My computer is moving so slow. A snowstorm in Denver. Again, I've been watching for snow all month. That snowstorm did come and go with nothing. However, we are in the middle today of the 2 of the most satanic days of the year. So it's only fitting that something would occur. A couple of other things I want. As soon as I get to this screen, I want to. So the NCAA game, I was again alarmed around the 9th of just my overall uneasiness with all the drama of Nipsey Hussle. Now, here we are finally getting to my important words of yesterday. So, now I typed this on April 9th, so I'm thinking that would have been the 8th. And let me just open this up to see what I said. So this was that Monday, and so all of these things were said on Monday, the 8th of April. The NCAA game was played in Minnesota, again, drawing my alarm to the Prince situation. Will Smith had a commercial, Time's Up. Puffy had a Facebook post, Enough is Enough. Are you ready for the perfect storm? That was the song choice by Katy Perry. Are you ready for, that was what I put. And the game itself went into overtime. Now also, as you recall, the Lakers were eliminated from the playoffs. And I want to also bring your attention to last night's Game 6. Game 6 between Golden State Warriors and... I don't know why my computer is moving this slow. I do apologize again. I'm going to try to wrap this up very, very quickly here. I can't get the score to come up, but the score was 1-2-9 to 1-1-0. And the point I'm trying to get at is the Los Angeles Clippers were eliminated, but the second 9-11 was visible in the score. And so here it is. Now, I'm not, really fluent in this numerology, but as you can see, we got a second 9-11 in the score, and the one, may or may not. Again, this may or may not be anything, but I just don't think anything is by accident. And so I did want to bring that to your attention. A couple of other things here. Just want to go to Instagram and show you a couple of posts by Snoop. Now, for one, I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this to you all. I'm keeping up with these celebrities, their moves, and where they are going and where they currently are. Now, Snoop put his mother on a plane. That was on either Thursday or Friday. Let me get to that screen for y'all. Here's his mother. Okay, there's mom. And that was 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, she got on a plane, and she is not in California. They also he did a performance in Minnesota last night, and apparently this was some type of performance for Prince, strangely enough, and it could not be held last week due to Easter. Another cryptic post. Now this isn't so cryptic, but again, his daughter, as you can see, his angel, his baby, is in Minnesota last night, not in Los Angeles, okay, where danger may definitely be lurking, okay, and And this post, which he posted just a little while ago, I'm not, of course, like I said, I've been watching him. I'm reading between the lines. And is that death to America? Is that what that post from 1 hour ago is representing on this eve of April 28th? Yet another satanic day that I pointed out in my last video. So I think that, with the snowstorm coming, the most important thing that we can do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is to trust God, pray for his will to be done, God's will. Unfortunately, America has a lot that she may be judged for, including abortions and, many other things that have, really led the world astray. And, but I do want you all to know that many people may be listening. You don't believe the Bible is true. And, one reason that I do believe that I can interpret and understand and see what is going on here in our world is just by matching up with the prophecy of things that are yet to come. So, we've got the pet goat. It really looks like a snowstorm is seriously involved. The clock is on midnight, so that may be midnight California time. It's really hard to say. Beyonce said this is homecoming weekend, so there's so many things that have me very, very alarmed. But I wanted to share this with you all, and again, I do want to say, do trust God. These will be man-made storms. These things, God help us all. Definitely. Trust God, try to stick together and help one another, and, pray for the will of God, for the protection, put on the full armor of God, and trust God no matter what our eyes may see. If you are in the New York area, if you have friends or family there, if you have family along any of the coastlines, especially California, Los Angeles, and the New York area, I think these will be the main two areas in my theory that will be struck by the catastrophes. So, ladies and gentlemen, take care. God be with us all. In Jesus' name, amen.